Unicorns! I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season and Merry Christmas to those of you who celebrate it. I'm not doing too much for Christmas. Me and my family are just going to have some hot pot at home, so it'll be nice and cozy, which is just in time for this like really cold weather that we've been having lately. We've had like extreme cold warnings for the last like week, and now things are just starting to warm up. The Chinook wind is coming in, snow is melting, so it's kind of nice outside, and I'm looking forward to having hot pot and spending time with family and my friends, and also getting some outdoor time and also doing some other things. And welcome to the From 9 to 5 to Entrepreneur vlog, and I'm your host, Care. And on this vlog, we share insights and thoughts and experiences from going to from leaping from a 9 to 5 to entrepreneurship full time. And I quit my full time job back in October of 2021. And it has been an amazing journey so far. And this is just like, my very honest and transparent feedback of my time doing this. So it has been over a year, and it's now December, and I've got to tell you that this time last year I was in a really bad place. And I don't mean like physically bad place, but I mean like I just was very depressed, and I had no structure in my business. I was just making ends meet, and then I manifested my savings to come into the mail and also be direct deposited, and it was just like really nice, and then I felt really good. And yeah, and where I'm at financially, because I know that finances are important to a lot of you entrepreneurs. Where I'm at financially right now is not the same where I was at financially last year. And what I mean by that is last year I had savings, and this year I don't have any savings. So yeah. So there's that. And I thought I would actually just like pop on to let you know how things have been since like my last update. My last update was actually, I think, early this month, because I just celebrated the 1 year anniversary of entrepreneurship full time, and I just want to be like, just really clear with you. And I know I'm going like in circles, so let's just get into it. So, I finished 5 weeks of coaching with a business coach that I hired, and this time I actually hired and paid a business coach one-on-one before I was generously gifted free coaching back in the early spring and summer of this year. And that was helpful. I did actually end up getting one client during that time. And then after that time with that coach, I was figuring it out on my own, and I had like an intuitive coach for a little bit, and I was able to get some more clients and just some more work in the coaching business, which really helped. And I was able to pay my bills for quite a few months actually, consistently. I did also have to take out my savings again at the time, and now I'm at the point where there is no savings, so I'm building my savings back up again. And after 5 weeks of this coaching, I really realized that sometimes, things won't be perfect when I jump into coaching containers, because I find that when I jump into a coaching container, it's either going to challenge my mind a lot, because there's a lot of stuff that comes up when I want to move forward in my business and in my life. And then sometimes there's just nothing that comes up. And it just really just depends on where I'm at in my life and how I view my circumstances and how I let my circumstances affect me. And this time around, I let my circumstances really affect me, and I chose to focus too much on drama and things outside of me rather than focusing on compassion and empathy and going deep within me and being like, okay, what is it that I want, and what do I need to do to get there, So I really am glad that I did work with a coach and hire my coach, because she was there whenever I really needed her. And I learned a lot from her. I was able to learn a lot of different strategies from her and different ways of implementing things, different ways of connecting with people. Um, and it was good. And the only thing that I would change is that I feel like sometimes the coaches that I hire, they do things so much differently than I am used to, and it actually takes a toll on my body. So I'm still processing. I'm still processing that coaching, but I have done so many coaching containers, and also I've just done a lot of work, professional and personal development through my business. And before that, where I know to, pick and choose things that I resonate with, that I know that I won't resonate 100% with a coach, with what they say and that kind of thing. Um, but what I can do is I can pick and choose the stuff that I learn from them and actually decide which things I want to implement and what feels good to me. And that's just how I do things. Um, so I have been implementing some of the stuff she's taught me, and that makes me feel uncomfortable and that kind of thing. And it has worked, but I'm trying to figure out if in the long term this is sustainable for me. And when it comes to, you know, um, worries and stuff, like financial worries and stuff. So I've gotten to the point where I'm no longer worried, which is awesome. Um, and at the same time, I am also like, someone just messaged me, so I just got distracted there. I'm also taking carefully, calculated, there we go, calculated actions and inspired actions to where I want to go. So I'm going to be transparent. This month was lower. Like, I made like $23 this month. I think I probably made some other money through other sources of income. Like, I got cash back the other day, not today, from my card. So that was like $16. So, and then I will get a payout soon here, from a sale that I made back in November. I just had to rework some connection issues with my bank account, and yeah, and so I'm waiting for that payment to come in. So I made just under $50 this month, and I know it's not a lot. It's not enough to pay all of the bills, and it is stressful. It's frustrating. But I've chosen not to worry about this kind of stuff anymore, because I realize, I'm doing my best. And yes, I could definitely get a job, and I have actually been looking at jobs. Um, I have an interview for an appointment setting job in January. So, and then I also just signed up for Amazon affiliates again, and so there's some possible income from there. And I am actually realizing what my dream job is. I realized that I actually have multiple dream jobs. So if I do go back to a job, then I know at least what job that I actually really would flourish in. So I have been looking at those kind of jobs, and I've also been coming back home to, the kind of things that I have been avoiding for doing for myself. And there is a lot of things. There's teaching jobs to apply to, tutoring jobs to apply to. There's also YouTube as well. I have been wanting to get back on YouTube for years, And I tried it, but then for some reason I would just like kind of fall off. So I have been reevaluating, and I'm like, what is something that I would be okay like making videos on a consistent basis, because consistency is is the thing here, is key here, to making income and to keeping momentum and moving things forward in life. So, and also in the business. So I'm like, okay, well, here's what I can be consistent with. And the really good thing is that I have packages now. So I do have an offer, but I also have like a package as well. And I've got like other offerings too. So I've just promoted that, and I need to also promote that onto my Instagram. I promoted it on my Facebook, but I need to promote it on my Instagram, and I promoted it on LinkedIn as well. And I've also been doing mock sales calls. Fun fact, I had never done mock sales calls in a long time, and I realized that was my loophole. So I did a mock sales call today, and it was really good, really fun. And I also just listened to a whole bunch of like sales calls that people recorded on YouTube, and I think that really helps. And yeah, so I am moving forward. It does feel like things are not moving as fast, but I know that things will work out very soon. And yeah, I just wanted to like share that update here. And I have figured out what exactly it is that I want to record and put on YouTube. So I have another channel called just Magnetic Unicorn, and I'll leave the link in the description. And on Magnetic Unicorn, I talk about all things like manifestation and also mindset and mental health as well, and life coaching. So on there, I want to actually start sharing my manifestation success story videos, because I actually have a ton, and I've recorded these videos and uploaded them onto Instagram, but I want to record like um, uh, YouTube specific. There you go, YouTube specific videos, so that they look good on YouTube and that I can like post them and stuff, because I know that success stories was the first thing that I looked for when I started studying manifestation, and when I got into manifestation coaching, was just hearing people's success stories. And when I hear people's success stories, it makes me feel inspired, and also pulls me into that vibration and frequency of what it is that I want to manifest, making it so much easier to manifest what I want. And I want to be able to share that kind of experience with people who want to learn how to manifest things. Um, and also, it would be a really great resource for me to refer back to for my clients as well, or for anyone who's thinking of working with me, because I can then copy and paste this like YouTube link instead of going through my Instagram and trying to find these videos that I've recorded, because I have a lot of content on Instagram. I can just copy and paste the YouTube link and be like, here's a manifestation story that um, is relevant to what it is that you're looking to manifest here, and like let me know what you think about it. So I'm really excited for that, and I need to actually plan that out. Like I need to actually plan a day for me to actually film a bunch of success story videos, and then like edit them and then post them on YouTube. So I think I'm gonna do that for the first week of January and the second week of January. I think that'll be really fun. And I don't know if I mentioned on here before, but I have this thing called Play Week, and it's basically like a week. It went through so many iterations in the last year, but basically it's like a week where I take some time to recharge, rest, play. I don't do any one-on-one work, and I try not to do any work on my business. It's really hard though when you're self-employed. That's because you just think about your business like all the time. Um, you think about it a lot, especially if you're not making the income that you want to make in it. So that's the number one thing that I notice, because when I was making income, like a lot of income in my business, I wouldn't really think about it too much. Same thing goes for, I guess, like the workplace or whatever, you know. But also, I'm just really passionate about it, and so I write down my ideas and I don't like execute them like on my play week. Like I wait for my play week to be done, and this is something that I also offer to my clients as well, to just take a play week for themselves so they can think and integrate any lessons that they've learned through coaching or whatever, and just have some time to play, you know, and also some time for me to play as well. And I had been doing them for about like 7 to 8 days each week, if each not each week, sorry, each month. And now I'm thinking, going into 2023, I may reduce that to just play weekends, where it's like I take a very long weekend instead of a whole week, because I just find that I just end up working on that play week and I'm not really taking any time for myself, which burns me out. Um, and then I'm not really able to be there 100% for my clients or myself or anything. So yeah, so there's that. And then another thing I wanted to share was that I noticed recently that I have just been like kind of pushing through things so much. And I think that's why I'm still like processing and still thinking about the coaching that I went through, because part of the things that I learned in my coaching was to connect with more people like every day, like at least 3 to 5 people per day, when I'm working on my business. And I have to tell you, when it comes to connecting with people, it's really hard for me to have a number in mind and then do that on a daily basis. I can do it, but it just doesn't feel good to me. And I think the reason why is because I am also a projector in human design, and for projectors, they actually need like a lot of time to kind of like build up their energy, and so they can't really like, they work in short bursts, so they can hang out with a bunch of people, but then they have to like, go somewhere else and like recharge and stuff. And then they can come back out and like hang with people. And I'm finding that that is going on with me right now, and it makes sense because I'm surrounded by my family members every single day, right? So, um, and before, when I was living on my own, I wasn't really surrounded by anyone unless I went out or invited someone over, right? So I had more control in that space. And so I realized that what I really need right now is actually some solitude time where I can go outside, go sit down somewhere and grab a cup of coffee, and also not be working at the same time. I just need to just have some downtime for myself. So I plan to, yeah, schedule some time in for that, um either next week or early January. Just depending on the weather though. But yeah, I want to go ahead and like just go out and like just sit down somewhere that's not in my house, not in my room, and grab a nice like cup of coffee or cup of tea, or just like sit down and just sit and just observe and people watch, and maybe even read a book, stay off of social media, stay off the internet, that kind of thing. Because, yeah, I feel like I'm getting like information overload, and I just need to do a whole detox on things. And it's been a long time since I felt this way, because in 2021, I purposely like set up very firm boundaries around me so that I wouldn't need to do detoxes. Like, um, yeah, like the reason why I have debt is because I use my debt to help me put those boundaries up, and also to buy like healthier foods for myself and healthier meals and stuff to keep me happy. So I actually don't think the debt that I have is bad debt. It's just the circumstance that I'm in now, where it's like I'm not able to pay off the debt, that is concerning because um, the debt is going to go to a collection agency. And I really want to do what I can to avoid that, but we'll see. So, yeah. So those are my updates. business wise, I have been promoting my business a little bit more, and it does make me feel very uneasy to do this because I feel like I'm just being too pushy with it, but I realize that maybe not everyone sees my posts at the same time. Um, and yeah, it's all a learning lesson. I'm learning, I'm growing, and I'm really figuring out what works for me. But after this holiday season, I intend to repurpose a lot of my content and also post some content that I actually made with my business coach. So, like, I wrote some copy and she double checked the copy, and then she would like proofread it and then make it more magical with her magic. And yeah, so that's that. That's it. And yeah, and if I were to come up with a takeaway, my biggest takeaway is that I can be calm and secure feeling and happy even if even if I have no idea how I'm gonna like pay my bills and move forward and finance these things. But I've got a whole bunch of solutions, and now it's just time to just do them and implement them. And I've also been getting more sleep lately, so that could also be why I'm just like super chill about a lot of these things. And I have been drinking more like tea that's like calming tea. Um, yeah, so right now I just need a huge dose of fun. I just need fun in my life, so I'm gonna work on that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and for listening, and I'll see you next time for another From 9 to 5 to Entrepreneur Vlog. Bye.